Hello everyone, what's going on? I don't know why I'm so nervous. Probably because I'm doing a really intense look for you guys, which if you haven't noticed already from the title, it is Doja Cat's, what's the name of her video? Say So. Doja Cat's Say So makeup look. I put on my IG stories what you guys wanted to see me recreate versus, me just choosing it for you. So I gave you the choices between the teal halo eye and the glitter silver eye. And I'm so glad you guys picked, or a majority of you guys picked the teal eye because it's just less of a mess, and I could probably get through that faster. If I look down periodically, my computer is right here, so I just want to make sure I'm like in the frame and everything. But yeah, let's get to it. So again, I don't know what's going on with this earring. I noticed in my stories that it was lopsided, probably because the backing is a little weird. So for now, I'm gonna take these off, but these were the only earrings I could find to fit the vibe. So we're gonna get started. I'm probably just gonna get started with eyes because I feel like that's the main part about this look that people want to see. Also, if you guys have questions, I'll be able to see it on the monitor a little easier. I can see them coming in this way too, but just in case, I'll be able to see it both ways. Okay. All right. I've got some lo-fi music playing in the back. Hopefully that doesn't disturb any copyright issues because it is quite low, but I just didn't want like no music because today's live is going to be much longer than a traditional one. Okay, so we're just going to get started with some eye base. I'm going to use the NARS eye primer. So yeah, like I said, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to use a personal mirror so that way I can see what I'm doing. Sometimes it's hard, it's tricky to do that on the live. So as far as this look goes, it's really, obviously it's very colorful and it's definitely a 70s theme. And from the looks of it, it kind of has a halo eye, effect going with a really distinct liner, black liner. And I did notice from the original makeup artist photos on his Instagram that there's a little bit of glitter, so I may or may not do that. But yeah, the look is beautiful. The one thing that I don't have though, as far as color goes, I might have to improvise. I'm gonna start with brows. I'm gonna use a Milani brow pencil. This is the Precision Brow in the color 160 Ebony. I've actually really been liking this, drugstore friendly as well. Now let me make sure my, it's not, there we go. I don't think that made a difference. Okay. The one thing, what was I saying? Look, I just forgot. Oh, I was just saying I love this brow pencil. It's drugstore friendly. I think I got it for like $8. I'm not sure. So all I'm gonna do is just shape out my brow. And you know what? I probably need to pull up a photo for reference because I definitely don't have that in front of me. So I'm just gonna do the basic stuff for now, which in this case are brows. And then I'll pull up the photo reference. So yeah, this brow product to me, it gets on really easy. Just like the name says, it is a precision point. I've tried other drugstore ones, like the Makeup Revolution one, but I don't like that one as much. It has like a gray undertone to it. And also towards the end of the day, it looks really weird. But this one is great. This one is great, 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 great. Anyway, thanks for joining. Hello, hello. Say hi in the chat room. I'll be able to see it. And if you have questions, let me know. But yeah, like this live is mostly just going to be like me recreating this look, not necessarily a lesson. So I'm not really gonna walk through too much unless I feel like I want to. This is just a kind of a way for you guys to chat, hang out, I haven't really done any, you know, extravagant looks in a while. I wasn't feeling well a few days ago, womanhood stuff. And so yeah, I was just kind of like, you know, I also missed the past 2 lives due to personal reasons. So I just want to get my creative juices flowing, you know. All right, brows are done. Let me pull up really fast in inspo photo because that's really important. I should have done this before. Sorry, y'all. I mean, I kind of know in my head what this look looks like, but I want to copy it to a T. Say So makeup. That's funny. When I Googled it just now, my video comes up in the search on Google. That is really interesting. All right. I just need that teal one. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I think I found an image. This is gonna be close enough. Sorry guys for this pause. Okay, this isn't even the best image, so let me try one more. I should have just emailed my, so basically the images that I have are all screenshots from the video, so that's also part of it. All right, well, we're going to, I'm just have to go off these small images right here and my memory. Okay, so there's a lot of light blue teal coloring with this look. A lot of times when I use shades buffed out into the crease, before I go ham, I like to take a skin tone colored powder, and I'm using this mineralized one from MAC, and pop it in this crease first. Just so I have something to blend into. Okay. All right. I really don't feel like I have any of the colors that I need to create this look, but we're just gonna figure this out. All right, I'm gonna use this palette from ColourPop. This is the Just My Luck palette. The color Chances Are, that's as teal I think as I'm gonna get. Let's see what that looks like. And if you guys hear a train passing by, my apologies. I'm just gonna add that color into this outer crease. Yeah, I think that's giving me the vibe. Okay, cool. I never got a chance to peel off the sticker of this. Okay, there we go. And hopefully I don't bomb this too much. I always feel like doing looks live, it's so much harder because like the pressure is on. But anyways, you guys can see I'm just popping it in there and blending that into that first skin tone color powder that I put. And kind of focusing most of that color in the crease area. And slightly shaping it out like a wing almost. Not entirely, but somewhat. Does that look teal enough? I think it does. That's That's crazy. I really don't have like real teal. So I'm just gonna build up that coverage in the crease. So at this point, I gotta work with what I got. Okay. And this brush that I'm using is the Morphe M441 brush. It's quite large crease brush. This kind of looks cool by itself like this on its own. Okay. Bring this in a bit. All right. Man, I really need a better picture. It's so hard to see this way. Why didn't I email this to myself? I could have sworn there would have been photos out there. Okay, y'all. Because I really want it to look just like hers. I'm not really trying to do my version. I'm trying to do an exact recreation. Here we go. I think I found another photo. Okay. Honestly, a lot of these colors are buffed out, so all I need is a deeper teal color. So we're gonna work off of this palette, slightly broken. I think I'm gonna do this shade right there. And actually, I just thought of it. I think I do have a palette that has teal. Give me 2 seconds just to see. Make yourself acquainted. 1 sec. Where is that palette is the question. That's not entirely teal. I think there's one other. It's a Juvia's Place palette. Where did I put it? No. Let me try one of these. Okay, I'm trying to figure out, you guys. I just grabbed 2 other palettes that might have teal in them. Yay! Huda for the win. Okay, so this Huda palette has some teal. Let me just check this one real quick. Nope, this is mostly greens. That's crazy. Teal is one of my favorite colors, and the fact that it was that hard to find. There is one other palette, though. I can't seem to find it at the moment, so I'm gonna keep it pushing and improvise with this Huda palette. Yay, okay, cool. Okay, so I don't even know what I did with that brush. That's cool. I'm gonna use this one. All right, so taking this color and this Huda palette and just using this in the crease areas and the inner corner to start creating some dimension. Okay. And create a slight wing as well. And it looks like he brought it up into the crease area as well. This is really tricky when I don't have great reference photos to go off of. And I'm just gonna add a little bit up in here to start creating a little bit of a crease. Yeah, that's starting to look like it. Okay, I see it now. Okay. And this is the Morphe 562 brush. Kind of a long-haired, tiny pencil brush, or crease brush rather. And do that in this inner corner to create a little bit of dimension. And then take that up into here. Let's see. How's this looking compared to? Okay. All right. I think what I need to do is just buff this out a bit more to kind of create a round shape. Because now that I look at the photo, it's not super defined as I placed it. Yeah, I'm just kind of like buffed out. And I'm gonna buff that out too up here. What happened to that brush that I put down? One sec, guys. That brush would be helpful to have right about now. I have no idea where I placed it. What the heck? Okay. I'm gonna have to use another blending brush because I don't know where I placed my original one that I used to buff out the teal, the first color I laid down. Because yeah, I just want this buffed out all the way, like super soft. Okay, I think it's starting to come together. All right, so it looks like in the middle, she kind of has like the same color that I laid down first, but in like a shimmery tone. And if not, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so from this NYX water palette, it's old and it's broken. I'm gonna use that color right there. All right. Let's see how this goes. So just like right in the middle. It's not exactly the same tone, to be quite honest. So I might have to do a little layer of that first color right on top of it just to give it, like, match it up a bit. Yeah, that's like more white looking. All right, so I'm gonna use some of that first layer. That first color, I mean, and just layer that right on top. It kind of gives it a little bit of a shimmer texture too, because it's right underneath it. Okay, that worked. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then I need to clean that up a bit. Okay. And then put that teal layer right on top. Should layer a bit. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna use that small brush again just to kind of blend everything together into each other. So it creates that halo effect with it being light in the middle, dark on the outers. Just kind of keep it really soft. Kind of looks like it. There you go. I'm not exactly sure how I feel right now, but we're just gonna figure this out. Okay. It also looks like she has a highlighter color in the center, in the inner tear duct. So I'm just gonna use that same color I used in the middle, but by itself this time, in this inner tear duct area. That works. Okay. I'll just shape that out a bit more. Okay. All right, that's kind of giving the vibe, kind of, okay. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do now is wing liner, and oh, I really wish I had another photo to go off of. It's okay, we're gonna make it work, we're gonna make it work. Okay. Her wing liner seems to really go out. Because it seems pretty dramatic, I'm going to use black track to build this up. I don't want to use a liquid liner for this. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna scoop some up with the back of my brush onto the back of my hand. So just like that. I'm gonna use that as my palette. All right, hopefully this works out. I usually don't do wing liner these days as often anymore, just because, you know, it takes time, you know, you want it to be perfected, things like that. So So we're gonna wing it, no pun intended, and hope for the best here. Okay, I don't know how far hers goes, but I'm just going to assume hers is a little bit, it's like more straight, I think. I think kind of like in that shape. And it's definitely thicker up here. I guess I can zoom in for you guys, can I? Oh, I can, yeah, I forgot I could do that. All right, so I'm just gonna start outlining. This is the MAC 210 brush, by the way. Okay, so that kind of created the shape, the elongated shape. Let me just clean this up and thicken it up a little bit too. All right, I'm gonna make that a little thicker. All right, I feel like the shape isn't quite right the way that she has it. So I'm gonna try to make it thicker in that area. To like really give it that like 70s vibe. I think that looks better. Cause like in this photo, she's angled like this and it even looks a little bit straighter. So I might add a little bit more. This is why I don't do wing liner. It gives me anxiety. Okay. I think I got the shape now. I think. I don't do wing liner on me so much so that I feel like I do it better on other people now. Like on clients. Okay. All right. I'm gonna make that a smidget thicker. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna just stick with this shape here based on what I see. I might revisit these brows too based on the photo that I see also. Okay, now it's time to get this to look symmetrical with the other side. And actually I'm gonna, just kidding, I'm gonna round this out just a little bit. I just happened to look straight in the mirror and I decided that it might look better that way. Okay. Okay. All right, let me stop before it gets worse. All right, All right, that looks really good. Let's do the other side. Oy, this is why I don't do wing liner no more. All right, just look straight into the mirror. And I'm gonna kind of go in this direction. And then I'm gonna take it in. And then I'm going to fill that middle part. Okay. You just fill, fill, fill. I think my product is drying up on me. Hold on. Let me load up this brush. Okay. Something about this is not even. I'm starting to see it. But let me just keep going. Doing this on live is hard. Okay. Let me make this shape match this other one. Hold on. Actually, I think I need a, hold on, no. Let me not mess with that one first. Why did I decide to do this on live, y'all? What was I thinking? All right. I need to actually use my hand to perfect this a bit. You guys can't see what I'm doing. Let me bend down a bit. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that or saw that. But you see how that part is? I gotta perfect that. My product is also drying out on me right now, so I gotta figure that out. I'm just gonna quick Q-tip. Okay, but so far, this is the wing that I created. Okay. All right, let me perfect this a bit more. Okay. It's not perfect, but let me move on and I can always revisit. product is pretty much dried out now on the back of my hand. Okay. And the main thing about this look, honestly, is her skin. But that bothers me. Like, I might go over that with liquid liner after I do lashes. Okay. Let's move on to skin, and then I can circle back to this eye. All right, one of my favorite foundations, let me zoom back out, is Pat McGrath right now. Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. So I'll be using the color Medium Deep 27. Her highlight, I mean, honestly, her coverage is very heavy. That's not really my style anymore these days. So I'm trying to, again, mimic everything she has going on. So I'm really just going to recreate despite what my style is right now. So because it's more of a full coverage, I like really packed on this foundation and just warmed it up. A lot of people, I've been getting feedback about this Pat McGrath foundation that a lot of people don't really care for it because it's not enough coverage. But what they don't realize is that you can actually build up the coverage. And applying with your fingers, I feel like, is one of the best ways to use this product. So right now, I'm just going to build up the coverage. And you can always let the layers dry down a bit. Oh, it feels so good on my skin. And add more. To build the coverage. I'm gonna really get around my nose because my nose ring always gets in the way. I get some on my forehead. I'm just gonna kind of like do one of these actually. Just get it on my forehead and blend out. I'm gonna end up doing my baby hairs after too, y'all, so it looks more complete. So I'm really just kind of packing it in. And I'm really going to use the concealer to just like brighten everything up and give it that look that she has. Okay. I just really want to like press it into my skin. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry down a bit and start working on some concealer. I do have the new Pat McGrath concealer, but it's not gonna give me that bright effect that I want. So I'm gonna stick with this NC45 Pro Longwear Matte Concealer. I'm gonna use my, that's what it looks like. I'm gonna use my fingers just to kind of like get it in and work it up into my brow bone. I'm gonna let it sit there for a second too, so that way you can kind of dry down a bit for that coverage. I am not using a mirror right now, you guys. I'm using the screen on this live, so I'm gonna have to verify that this all looks okay in a mirror in a second. I'm gonna take this pencil, or this brush rather, and take this concealer up. Because, okay, one thing about this look, her nose is like super contoured. It's another thing that's not really my style, but the whole point is to mimic this look. So I'm going to take this, for that reason, I'm going to take this concealer up to the bridge of my nose. Just to start shaping it out. Yeah, usually I do not care about contouring my nose, nor do I have the time to do that every day, but that's the whole point of this live. Trying something new. So I'm gonna take that up. And I have like a little like hump on my nose, so I gotta be careful when I do this to not accentuate it even more. No offense, but I honestly cannot stand like a super pinched contoured nose. That's like not at all my style. But her nose is snatched in this look. So yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bring this concealer down a bit. And again, just letting this dry in this area so that way I can bring it up. Okay, and then I'm going to take a line down the center and start creating that highlight. This is so outside of my comfort zone. It's so funny. Okay. All right, let me get one more pump of concealer for the rest of my face. Oh, it's actually a half pump. I don't want to accentuate my chin too much. Add a little bit of color here. So I'm gonna highlight under here. Okay. And take a damp beauty blender and just start buffing everything out. Just blending this. Just really blend everything out before I go in with the darker shade. There you go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do one more thin layer of concealer, especially the under eye area. And then we should be good. with that. Just gonna get it right underneath there. Just to kind of give it that brightening effect. Hey guys for joining. I didn't realize I took this off the monitor. Hold on. Let me go to my live part here. Okay. So just taking this right up underneath. Okay, I'm gonna take this up into the under eye area. Because her under eye look is part of what completes this eye. Okay. And then once I set that, that'll give it more of a brightening effect. I know I probably look crazy doing that underneath my eye, but that's what it takes to get up underneath there. Okay. Let's do a little bit more concealer and this high peak here and across the brow here. I might end up cleaning my brow also. All right, that kind of just highlights that whole top area. Okay. And then let's just do a little cleanup in this under eye, just to kind of like highlight that whole part and give it some shape, just a little. Hopefully you guys can see that there. Just kind of like highlighted it a bit. I'm gonna go back and blend everything out in a sec. Her brows actually looked quite thin. And a little lighter. But my photo references right now are not helping me out, so I'm just gonna kind of like improvise with this. Okay. I'm just blend that out. I'm gonna revisit these brows with the pencil also. Okay, use that pencil. I just brush these up and out. And then shape them up a bit. It's a pretty eye look, but I can't wait to finish the bottom part because that's really what's gonna set it off. Okay. All right. I think we've got the brows down. I think I'm gonna bring them in a bit actually in here. Okay, and then now we're gonna warm everything up. And I'm gonna stick to cream products at this point. So I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Espresso stick. All right, with hers, let's see here. She has a lot of bronzer going on, like lots. Okay, sorry y'all. All right, I'm gonna take this along my hairline. Let me start buffing that out just so I can see what that looks like. Need a mirror. So I'm just gonna buff that away into my hairline and really give it some warmth. Yeah, she literally has like bronzer all over. Okay, I'm just gonna bronze up this area. And I'm gonna do my edges after. So take this all around until it just blends out a bit. My lips are mad dry. I should have put some conditioner on there. Let me brush these back out because this got knocked down. Okay, then we're gonna take some of that just along the jawline and really buff that away. Just like contouring and highlighting, like snatching the nose from earlier. That just so not my everyday, like this is not my style at all. But because it's not my style, I'll see how I feel about it when I'm done. I'm just gonna bring it into the neck. Okay. Okay. We're gonna add some dimension everywhere else. Oh, am I gonna offer one-on-one makeup lessons? That's a good question. I work full time as a makeup artist right now. So a lot of times one-on-ones will be in person at the place that I work currently. But just like I do makeup applications, I don't see why not. I couldn't do one-on-one lessons. So that is definitely something that I would consider. I mean, I literally teach every day. And so like today's live is really not a lesson. It's more or less just like I want to try something new creatively. And I've been in kind of a slump lately. So it's just more or less for you guys to hang out and ask questions like you just did. But yeah, if you're interested in that, you can DM me on my Instagram, which is the Flaunt Files. Otherwise, if you go to flauntface.com, you can send me a message that way as well. So yeah, I would be down to do that for sure. Okay, you guys, I'm just taking in. Absolutely. Desi, Diane. Thanks for joining as well. I'm glad you popped in here. I know a few of you guys have been in and out. I don't know who exactly, but yeah, this is more or less for me to just do something creative. I mean, I was really inspired by the looks that I saw from Doja Cat's video, and the makeup artist killed it, like killed it. So immediately when I saw it, I was like, okay, what did you do? And I have to recreate. So all I'm doing right now is just kind of shaping out my nose. I don't ever do this, y'all, like this intensely at least. So I hope this turns out okay. But her nose is super snatched in this video, so I'm trying to get it spot on. I feel like that's uneven. I think it is. All right, I'm gonna just take the little tips here, round it out a bit. And that just kind of raises the tip of the nose. Okay, just gonna blend that down. Ooh, almost dropped that. All right. I'm gonna look down into the mirror just to see if everything's even. Okay. All right, I think that's as snatch as this nose is gonna get for right now. Okay. Yeah, that's as snatch as it's gonna get. All right, I'm gonna contour a little bit around my mouth area. Just to kind of make my lips look even fuller, even though they don't need to be quite honest. But this is a little trick to kind of give it like, look at that, like that just makes it look crazy. But once I put the lip product on, it'll be fine. It's just an illusion, really, to kind of pucker it out. So yeah. So you see how that just kind of made it look, I don't know if you guys can tell, if it just made it look fuller. I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom. Kind of push it out. My lips don't need no puckering, but that's kind of what I noticed in the look, at least, in her look. Just gonna add a little bit of contour just to get it to come out some. Okay. Okay. Let's add some powder on the bottom. I hope I have my RCMA powder here because that's what I'm looking for, and I couldn't find it. Oh, where did I put that powder? And I can't find my my baking powder. I'm like, what? All right, I'm gonna move on so that way I can think about where perhaps that stuff went. So you guys, I'm gonna use the same shades that we used for the top. We're gonna use for the bottom. Now the tricky thing is I don't have that eyeliner color that she has. Where is this powder? Oh, hold on, you guys. I think I know where it is. I think I know. Okay. I did find the Beauty Bakery powder. This guy here, which is Black owned, by the way. Go support. She's based in Cali. Her story is really nice too, like the reason why she started the company. So yeah, before I actually do the eyes, let me take some of this first and pop this, excuse me, underneath. I'm just tapping off the excess on my wrist. And actually, before I blend that out, let me just make sure everything is good under here. Okay. And then we're just going to pop that right underneath, because this is what's going to give it that crazy brightening effect that she pretty much has in this photo. Yeah, hers is like crazy bright. So we're just going to mimic that and kind of do it in that shape that she has it also. Just going to bring this up a bit. I'm going to just kind of wiggle that into my fine lines, because not that I'm going anywhere anyway, but in case I do decide to take photos of this, which I probably will, I don't want it to have any creasing. So same thing, I'm just going to pop that on the bottom. Bring this up. So you see how that's already lifting my cheekbone a bit? Okay. Just bring that up. And then I can finish that bottom eye. So this would definitely be baking, if you will, which that's another thing I don't do anymore. But we'll let that sit for a second. And then let me highlight the rest of my face here. So just kind of in this area to bring it up a notch. This area to bring it up a notch. And my chin area, which I try not to pronounce too much because I have a really chiseled chin. I don't know why. No, I don't know why, but that's just what it is. And then I'm gonna take this down the center. There we go. I just crossed over an hour, which is not pretty, that's not bad for a look like this. But I do want to wrap this up in like the next 10 minutes or so if I can. So I'm just jotting, patting some on my forehead and kind of keeping it lighter. Okay. All right, so that kind of just gives it that like wow factor. All right, so we're gonna use that same shade again. This guy here from the ColourPop, Just My Look palette. And she really has it buffed out, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Just kind of buff that product. That kind of, it's kind of what gives it the shape. Yeah, that's literally what it looks like, at least in this photo that I see. Trying to buff that out really well. Okay. Let's do the other side. I actually kind of like how this looks, this like saturation of color right underneath the wing liner. I might try that one of these days with like colors that I tend to wear on a daily basis. It kind of gives it like a brightening effect also. Like literally just right up in there. Actually, that reminds me, back in the day I used to put shimmery shades in that, and I swear to you, every time I did it, which I don't know why I don't do that anymore, but every time I did that, people would always be like, stop me and be like, you know, your eyes, what's going on? So You guys can try that if you want to. I might have to try that again. Okay, so I'm really just packing on this color, just getting it on there. And then I'm gonna clean that up in a sec. But see, that's what's starting to create that like blown out 70s vibe. I really wish I had another photo to go off of because I cannot see what's going on. Okay, I'm just gonna buff that out a bit and bring it out some. And then, yeah, okay. So it kind of has like that vibe going on. Okay, cool. Now, this is the tricky part. I don't have a color like that in her tear duct. Or at least I don't think I have a color like that. So I'm going to use something else. I'm just gonna use a lighter, like skin tone friendly color. Let me just grab it really fast out of the kit. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do that. And then maybe I'll just do some eyeshadow on top of it to make it look like the color that she has. So we're going to use, this is actually no longer, this product doesn't exist anymore, but this is the MAC Modern Twist Kajal Liner and Nothing On, so in case you do have it in your kit. Let me just sanitize that. This is another thing I used to do back in the day. I used to line the inner waterline with like, I actually didn't really do white. I know a lot of people did white. I actually did like a skin tone color like this. Not my skin tone, but and then I'm just gonna bring that in. To the waterline and brighten it up. Thank you. What's going on, cuzzo? My cousin's in the chat, y'all. Say hi if you want to. All right, so this is just gonna lighten up the inner waterline, which I, like I said, I might improvise and pop that blue color on top of. Okay. I know that looks kind of crazy right now, but trust me, I'll fix it. All right, let me do the other side, but I can't really do it with like my hand like that. Okay. So I just filled this part. I really wish I had a light blue color, but that's not like a color I use often on my clients even. All right, we're gonna make this work, y'all. Don't you worry. Okay. So that kind of brightened it up. I think I need to add more on this side. It's tricky with these mirrors. Let me get a mirror a little closer so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I know you guys can't really see, but hold on, let me position this a little lower so you can see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. Can you guys see? I think so. All right, I'm just gonna fill this a little bit more. So I'm adding a little bit more pressure on there. Okay. You know what? I just had an idea. I have the new Fenty liner. Maybe if I mix those, that'll work. Let me see. I should test it on my hand first, but something tells me it'll work. Because it's a light color. Okay. I'm just gonna mix. Let's just mix and hope for the best. That kind of worked. Oh my gosh, y'all, it did work. Yes. That's what happens. Sometimes you gotta improvise. Okay, that just made it a light blue. Perfect. First of all, this Fenty liner, it's everything, guys. And don't worry, I know I look crazy now, but I'm about to fix this in a second. Dang it, I wish I would have thought of that because this would have saved me some time over here. Okay, so I'm lining it with that blue and then I'm popping it on top this lighter color, which isn't white. It's more of like a fleshy tone color to lighten it up. And that kind of has the look of what Doja, at least what I think I see in the photo. Okay, so you see how they're just lighten it up? Woo, my eyes are going through it. Okay, yes, I'm so glad that worked. All right, let me clean this up because they look crazy. All right, so you see how that's like much lighter? So I'm gonna take that same blue shade, light blue shade, and just go in with the angled brush and get really close and meet that part there. So basically there's no like skin area at all. Because what I noticed in her photo, at least what I think I noticed, is that really it's the black mascara and or liner that makes that bottom part pop. Hence that like 70s vibe. They're big on mimicking bottom lashes with like shadow or liner. So you see that? See how it gives it that like milky kind of vibe? Dang it, I really wish I would have thought of that beforehand because it's now a little trickier because of this part here I gotta clean up. All right, next time. If I recreate this look next time. That's what it looks like so far. Ooh, I can't wait to put the black on the bottom. That's gonna be nice. All right, so we're gonna take that, bring it up all into that waterline to get rid of that skin area in between using an angled brush. So you see there. By the way, the reason why I'm sniffling, you guys, a lot of times I can't really wear a lot of liners. I'm not that compatible. Like, I'm not compatible with a lot of them. I don't have allergies or anything, but there's just some liners that I cannot rock with, and I wonder if it's the MAC one because I've worn the Rihanna one and I've been fine. All right, I'm just taking a fluffy pencil brush just to like make sure everything's nice and blended. That liner is still bothering me, which I'm gonna revisit like I mentioned earlier. Okay. Ooh, that just made it like pop pop. Yeah, the one thing about this look, it's really her bottom eye is what makes it. I really wish I had a photo to see what the inner teared up because I don't know if he took it in some. Once I put on lashes, I guess I'll figure that out, figure out what I want to do. Okay, let's do I almost want to do liner, but I do not want to mess it up. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of liner just to kind of give it that 70s vibe. Hold on, it's not, okay, there we go. Do you see that? I'm just gonna do a little bit, like a little bit of sparseness. You guys see that already? Or it's starting to look like bottom lashes, but it is not. Yeah, okay, that was a good idea. The only thing is I'm trying to perfect this. And it's kind of hard. Let me see if I could stamp it. Ooh, no. That was not a good idea. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to make that work though. This is so much harder than I thought. Okay, once that dries down, I'll show you guys how you can easily adjust that. And then also when I put on the bottom mascara, that'll look better. I mean, or what I can do, I can improvise and make all that thicker. I don't know. Let me see. You know what? Let me not hold this mirror in my hand. I think that's what's making it tricky. Let me kind of hold my skin taut like this, and then there we go. That made it a little easier. I'm not really loving that though. I think once I put on the mascara though, it'll make more sense. We're just gonna have to go with it at this point. Okay, this is not as clean as I want it. And I forgot that this actually erases mistakes. So I can show you guys in a sec what I gotta do with the lid. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this and adjust that a little bit. There we go. I don't want that straight. Okay. Actually, using the mistake erase kind of allows me to elongate it a bit, like kind of drag it and elongate it a bit more. So I'm actually gonna use that to my advantage. Okay. All right, let's just get this, what you call it on, bottom mascara. I thought I had bottom mascara. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. All right, from a distance, that doesn't look too bad, but let's get this bottom mascara on and see how that turns out. And hopefully that just makes it blend all together. Yeah, that kind of gives it a little bit more of a place. I'm not in love with my decision to do that, but I will say it gives it the 70s vibe. So we're just going to say A for effort. Get the other side. This is the MAC in Extreme, the MAC Extended Play, excuse me, mascara. I don't know why I always call this an extreme mascara. This is the extended play. So it's really nice for bottom mascara. I mean lashes. It's one of my favorites. I'm really trying to get at the root, you guys, because of all that color that's right there. Otherwise, I wouldn't care so much, especially if I'm already using black. Okay. All right. That just definitely gave it a 70s vibe. Ooh, wait till I put these lashes on. Okay. Yeah, that is like, when I'm like looking in the mirror, I'm like, okay. Okay. I see it. All right. Let me clean up this liner here because I do not like how that looks. But I have to use this mirror right here that's in front of me, you guys. And so for that reason, I don't know if I'll be able to really show you. So give me 2 seconds to just clean that up. And like down here too. I just want to clean that. So I just kind of clean that up with the liquid liner. And doing the same thing on top. So you see how that just kind of got rid of the bumpiness. I mean, it is difficult doing this on live, but it is what it is. Okay, so I just cleaned that up a bit. See that from there? All right, let me do the same thing on this side. There you go. Okay. There you go. So it kind of gives it that like, that's not as sharp as I want it, but that's where this can come in handy. So I'm just gonna take that and then flick it. I cannot do that on this camera, so hold on a second. Let me just do that in the mirror. There we go. So you see how that just created a flick? Just gonna drag that a bit. There we go. Yeah, it needs to be precise. And I can always go back and pop out a little bit of powder right there. Eyeshadow. Okay. So we're about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Let me see if I can wrap this up in 10 more minutes or so. I mean, a look like this isn't gonna take an hour, so. I mean, it could be less than an hour depending on how you prepare, but. Okay. All right, guys. So let's dust away everything and get the rest of the face on. Oh, and lashes. So I'm gonna dust away all this powder. And I like to set the entire face, especially because this look has a lot of coverage going on, with the mineralized powder. Too bad I'm not going anywhere. So we're just gonna set everything. And I'm using the color Dark Deep. Am I Dark Deep? Yeah, Dark Deep. And that's also gonna give the skin some warmth as well. I don't know if you guys can tell already the difference there. Bring that down a bit. All right. Okay. Her highlight is definitely more on the champagne-y side. Oh, and I do believe she does have a little shimmer on her eyeballs. So I'm gonna use the In Light by Danessa Myricks. I got this at the show when she was there a couple years ago. This is the In Light Halo Powder in the color Ice. This is what's gonna set it off on the eyes, and maybe I'll use this as a highlight, I'm not sure. This product is super pigmented, so I can just pick up the product from the lid. And I'm using a MAC 242 brush, just tapping that like that. Hold on, I need a mirror, I can't see. This workspace that I decided to work in, you guys, also isn't the best. And you know what, hold up. I'm gonna add it just in the center. There we go. There we go. So you see how that just added that pop? I'm just gonna curve it out. I think this will be a little too glittery for face highlight, so I'm just gonna use a champagne colored highlight for my skin tone. Okay, and that just kind of added, I mean, I think like throughout the video, that's kind of what makes her look so glowy, because she has all that shimmer going on. And I could even take some of this into the inner tear duct, just like a light tap of it, just to make it pop. There we go. I think that looks nice. I'm starting to feel the vibe, yeah. All right, let's do a shimmery based highlighter. I like this. Do you guys like this? If you like it, give it a thumbs up if you're still in here. Yeah, I like this. Okay. The highlighter I grabbed was actually more on the warm tones, so I need to grab something that's a little cooler. So I'm gonna use some of these Hyper Real palettes. I think I'll be able to get something from this one, yeah. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with the most golden one for my skin tone, because we are two different complexions. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are liking this. So this is the highlighter. She definitely has it at the high peaks, like right in the shot, at least the photo I have. It's like right in the high peaks. I've got textured skin, so I gotta be careful when putting on highlighter. But there we go, kind of gives it that nice glow. You know what I forgot to do? A before photo. But that's okay, maybe I'll do my before after I take this off and wash my face. That's the way to hack a before photo if you forget. So we're just gonna pop some on the cheeks. Just to really make me glow. I do have a live where I talk about how to highlight, so you guys can check that one out if you haven't already. And then I'm just gonna hit the peak of the nose to keep it lifted. The chin area. I can't really see if she has any down the bridge of her nose. I'm just gonna assume that he did that. And up top here on the forehead, just to really give it that glowy effect. Okay, I'm looking like a strobe machine. All right, let's do a little bit of blush. Her blush is more on the mauve-y side, it looks like. So I'll try to grab something equivalent from my skin tone. And then we can finish with lips and lashes and be done with it. Thanks for hanging in there with me, guys. Ooh, this is perfect. All right, so from the Juvia's Place palette, this, which one is this one? The Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. I'm gonna use the color B. That's definitely mauve-y. And I feel like that'll give me the vibe that she has. just gonna add that right on the bottom, in between the contour. Yeah, just right in there. I think that's good. She doesn't really have a lot of blush going on in her look. And I broke out recently, so that's why that looks like that. Once I add some setting spray, hopefully that'll tone it down a bit. So if you are breaking out, or if you have textured skin, I wouldn't recommend bringing your highlight on top of it, because that's what's going to happen. But for the sake of this look, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna take some here and here. All right, let's do lips. All right, we're gonna use the infamous chestnut. I know I have it in here somewhere. Okay. I just need to sharpen it. And I grabbed some nudes. To be quite honest, I feel like nudes are personal. So that sounds funny. Do what works for you. I'm gonna try to go off of this. She kind of has like a cool tone nude with a gloss on top. And then I did contour it a little bit earlier. So we're just going to take chestnut. I'm gonna pinch my lips a little bit. I don't want to take the liner out too much. And then I'm gonna bring it out. To give it that kind of nice puckered effect. So don't bring the liner out too far. Kind of keep it in here if you can. And then bring it up. So you see how the shape that I'm starting to create? And this will be relative to your lip shape and preference. Okay. As you guys can see, I have really full lips, so I'm trying to just shape it out. As I go. There you go. Start blending that. All right, let's load up the color. I think some of these colors that I have, we no longer carry. Oh no, we have Bronx. Bronx is still around, and that's kind of the color that I see here. So we're gonna do Bronx in the middle. My lips are so dry right now. I did not prep them. So Bronx is gonna give me that cool tone, nude. Let's load it up. My apologies for not having my lips prepped, y'all. So that is unacceptable. Okay. Now I've got the color loaded. I'm gonna continue shaping that out a bit. I feel like chestnut is too cool, so I'm gonna take, yes, admittedly I own some KKW because I kept hearing about this dang liner being everything. I also own the BFF3. It's a BFF3. Yeah, by ColourPop. So these are all great brown girl friendly shades. But I'm gonna do KKW first because hers is a little deeper than BFF3. Okay, cool. Because this is gonna be warmer than chestnut. I'm just gonna add it right in here. Almost like on top. Yeah. I just gave it some warmth. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up a notch. Okay. Gosh, my lips look so freaking big. Okay, I'm gonna bring this out some. I know for some people that's not a bad thing, but like, I'm not trying to look like a blow up doll or whatever either. Okay, just fixing the shape. I feel like lips are so important, and I think we rush through them a lot of times. So if you guys take your time with lips, it doesn't have to be perfect, but whatever look that you're going for, you should spend time on making it come out nice. Again, I apologize for my dry lips, but I'm gonna pop on some gloss on top, and I think that'll tie it all together. Okay, let me put my caps back on some of these things before it dries out. Okay, I thought I grabbed my Hourglass gloss in the color Halo. It looks like I did not, so let's move on to lashes really quick, and then I'll finish off with gloss. That way you guys can see the look like matte if you want versus gloss. All right, so the vibe I think she has is definitely wispy and kind of sparse. All right, so I'm gonna go with these right here. The Wispy 600, which by the way, you guys, I bought this whole pack, which I featured on the How to Do Lashes live for $24.99. So if you do the math, that's pretty much like about $2.50 or so with tax, depending on where you live, for per lash versus $4 or $5 per lash. So I got it at my local Marshalls, and I bought 3 packs. One for me, one for my kit, and one that I'm eventually going to give away to my viewers, supporters. And so far, all 3 y'all that are currently on here right now. Thanks again for hanging with me. All right, so I'm gonna try this down. How do you guys feel about this look? I think it came on, I'm gonna have to do like a side-by-side comparison. Obviously I can't edit this live, so I'll do a side-by-side comparison on my IG stories. And we'll see, especially with my limitations. All right, so I'm just going to dry measure this first. That way I can see if I need to trim it, which typically I do, at least one little notch. That's what it's gonna look like when I get it on. I think that, yeah, that's the vibe. Okay. So yeah, let's trim. Let's just trim off one. What the freak? I could have sworn I had my scissors right here. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me step away, grab them really fast. I got 3 pairs of scissors, by the way, going on now. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna trim this outer piece, which, you know, a lot of times, especially if you have smaller eyes, I tell my clients, if you have a lot that you're trimming off, don't toss that. Save it. And you can use those for extending or stacking or even your bottom. Hey, hey. Thanks for joining. And I'm going to use the black side of this lash glue because I've got black liner already, so it doesn't really matter. When in doubt, though, use clear, you guys, because that'll make it a little bit easier. Okay, that's weird. I don't know who you are, but clearly you're a bot or something, or some weird person. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. So I'm gonna use my lash applicator. I've got a whole live on how to pop on lashes, so if you haven't already, check that out. But yeah, keep your trimmed lashes, okay? All right, I don't know what's going on with this person here. Who are you? Okay. No, I don't. Okay, sorry guys. All right. So let's pop on these lashes before it dries on me. Okay. And these are the Wispies, the Ardell Wispies 600. Yeah, that's like perfect for this look. Okay, let's do the other side. I don't know if that was a bot, you guys, or what, but we don't even have a lot going on over here for all that. I don't know the science behind that. Someone needs to explain that to me. All right, we're gonna trim. One little notch from this side. Okay. My hands are messy right now. It's never this messy. It's really because I just had a lot going on and I'm doing this live. Okay, so lining with the black lash glue. And I love this glue, you guys, because it dries fast. So for my beginners, you might like this for that reason. Instead of having to gauge when is the proper time to place it, it's just kind of like wait about 10 seconds, 20 maybe, and then you're good to go. I like this lip. I think it came out really nice. All right, so we're just gonna pop that in the center. And then do the outer. And then do the inner. And then once that dries down fully, I'm gonna pop on some mascara. There we go. This is such a 70s vibe. I actually love it, you guys. Even this bottom part, it looks a little crazy, but it works. It actually works. So that's the cool thing. It doesn't have to be entirely perfect. I mean, I think for going out it doesn't, but if you're like doing editorial or something like that, yeah, you want it perfect. Okay, I love these lashes. How do y'all feel? And they feel great. Just making sure that's what they look like from the side. Okay. All right, let's add some gloss on this look. Oh, wait, no, I did the highlight. I did the highlight, yeah. Highlight is done. All right, let's add some gloss. And I think the gloss, I thought I grabbed it. I think it's over here on the set aside. Hold on. One moment. Okay, this is one of my favorite glosses by Hourglass. It is one of their newer ones. I think they launched it at the end of last year. It's from their Unreal. I think it's like their volumizing gloss, but it's called their Unreal glosses or whatever. And then this is the shade Halo. So it's like a clear gloss with a little bit of shimmer. So I think it'll be perfect for this. And I don't like to cross-contaminate my product, so let me get my tissue handy. And what I mean is, like, if I were to load this up, some of that lipstick and liner is gonna get on here, so I don't put it back in the thing, and then over time this changes color. So after I load it up, then I wipe it down. All right, so you see what I mean? See that? We don't want that back in there. So we're just gonna load that up. And hit the tops. That kind of gives it the vibe. All right, let me wipe this down before getting a little bit more. Okay, I just focused it on the center. And see, that's what I mean. I just want to wipe off. Sometimes I'll even take alcohol and like literally clean the thing, because I do not like to make my glosses all gunky with foreign product that does not belong in there. So a little trick for you if you don't already do that. Okay. I'll wipe that down a bit more. All right, I'm gonna do the rest of this off camera because I wanna make sure that's like wiped down for real, for real. Okay, you guys, let's do a little bit of mascara just to tie it all together. I think this is it. I think we might have nailed it. And honestly, because I'm not really going anywhere, I'm about to load this up for real. Just a tiny bit. But if you were going out, make sure to blend your natural lash into the falsies, and you could even pinch them down a bit. So it's closer to the lash line. Okay. All right, let's spray down. This is another thing I don't need to be doing right now, but because of this, I want it to be toned down. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, snap, so that it's like nothing in here. Okay, great. We use another sprayer. Oi, let's use, I'm gonna use this mineralized one because I don't have any Fix Plus right now. Okay. And that should really just make it dewy. Okay. And then just to complete the look even more, since I had mentioned earlier, so while this dries down, you guys can kind of see how that works on the skin. But let's do some baby hairs. So I love, love, love this brush. I need to like wipe it down a bit though. But basically I use one side to brush out the hairs and then the other side to create the baby hairs. Let me just wipe this down a bit. Okay. And it's a boar bristle brush. So this side, usually, there's my gray hair. I'll just start grabbing some of the hairs out. It's time to wash my hair also tomorrow, so it's not gonna be like super crisp, but anytime I wash my hair, day 1, day 2 is always like the best because there's not like previous, you know, gel from before. And I always put it on the back of my hand. My hand is basically a palette. And I always start with this one, I don't know why. Obviously my hairstyle is not going to mimic hers, and I wasn't about to do all that. But at least we can get my edges looking decent. If you guys have any questions before I wrap up, let me know. Oh, I forgot this part too. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, but today I'm going to. And then this side. Sometimes I can manage to get them to both sides to look the same. Sometimes I don't, and honestly, I don't care half the time, especially when it's just time for me to get out the door. It is what it is. Ain't nobody really checking for my edges like that. And if they are, sounds like it's their problem, not mine. And I say that about everything. If somebody's really tripping about something about you, that has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with them. That's weird, you know? So, who cares? See what I mean? Like, this doesn't look, that looks all like, probably because there's more hair involved, but honestly, this is my good side. That's my good side anyway, so I'm probably not even gonna really be taking photos on this side, so I don't really care that much. That's cool. All right, and then sometimes I do my little, these guys, but not today. Actually, I'm not doing that. All right, and then I take the remaining part of this gel. Oh, I forgot I had foundation on there. And then I hit the edges. I have a lot of flyaways right now because my hair broke. And then I take my little wrap thing, but for tonight, this is what it's gonna be. Okay. And this is the new ponytail, y'all, that I'm rocking. A video for this is coming soon. I already filmed it. I just gotta edit it. And I love it. It's a new one for me. I've never tried it. And as you can see, it mimics Afro hair, African American hair. I don't know what's going on with this though. Anyway, it mimics African American hair. Oops. And it has like these Shirley Temple curls, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they're starting to loosen up. This is probably like day 4 with these. All right, you guys. Woo! That completes this look. Thanks for those who stuck around. I know you didn't stay around through the whole time, but stayed around to the end at least. I hope you guys liked this little get ready with me tutorial. I actually really like it. Let me show you the picture reference that I was going off of, and it wasn't even clear, so keep that in mind. Next time, for future reference, I'm gonna have to email photos to myself because I didn't find any photos online. They were all screenshot images that I took. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys so I can zoom in. But yeah, this is it. This is literally it. Gosh, why is it so hard to find a photo of this girl in this makeup? Me don't understand. Okay, so there's all these other photos of her look, except for the one that I'm doing. Okay, here we go. I was trying to get a zoomed up photo for you guys though, because what I was looking, you're not gonna see. Okay, here we go. Can I zoom in a bit? There we go. There we go. There we go. Hold on. I'm trying to get this so you guys can see. Okay. So this is it. This is the image that I had to work off of. Do you guys see that? Let me see if I can do the same pose. So that's what I was going off of. I think I nailed it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Did I nail it? Was it a fail or a flaunt? Let me know. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me this Sunday evening. I hope you guys have an amazing, productive day tomorrow. You sleep well, get some rest. Don't forget to flaunt your faith and fight your flesh. And then if you have questions, you can always come back to this live. It's going to be up and you can answer them in the comments, and then I'll be here to answer them. But yeah, check out my Instagram so you can see. I'm gonna do some shots and some creative things visually, whatever, and then I'll probably do before and after once I take this all off. So yeah, thanks again, guys. Have a good night.